back to The Business Caselette, where we take a look at little bits of business to try to leave our sessions a little more understanding about the business that surrounds us. 2 years ago, I published an article under the HBS Online business blog investigating the sustainable art of chewing gum. The article explained how one British woman, Anna Bullis, had ventured to change the way we use, or rather reuse, chewing gum. Today, I'm going to give you a recap of that very special entrepreneur's pursuits. To do this, let's start with the business case for sustainable chewing gum. A classic business model for sustainability is one that can both do well and do good. To understand what we're solving for and build the case for sustainability, let's first understand the market size, the harm that is being done, and then we'll dive into the solution. To understand what kind of good we're trying to do, let's first understand how big the problem is. In 2019, the global chewing gum market was estimated at $32.6 billion US, and it was expected to grow to $49 billion by 2025. That's a lot of chewing gum. Well, most of that chewing gum makes its way to places where it frankly just shouldn't be going, whether it's on the streets, the underside of tables, or perhaps even your little sister's hair. Of course, we've all heard that chewing gum will naturally break down on its own, but the amount of time needed for that gum to break down is about 500 years. And that's if it's disposed in a designated environment that can support the degradation. So let's be real, it's not exactly the same thing as throwing your apple core in the woods. So what are the solutions? Well, someone needs to remove it, which brings us to Anna Bullis' company, Gumdrop Limited, that's based out of the UK. Gumdrop Limited has averaged that it costs about 3 pence to buy a piece of chewing gum, and about 1.5 pounds to scrape it off the ground. They've also projected that the annual production of chewing gum is about 1 million metric tons, or 3.75 trillion pieces. And while 100% of the gum is not actually going to end up on the ground, a large portion of it will. This drives a cost of nearly 60 million pounds to clean up the UK alone. Now the fun part, introducing the sustainable solution, Gumdrop Limited. Gumdrop Limited was launched in 2009 as the first company to create a solution for recycling and reimagining chewing gum into reusable products. The company converts used chewing gum into a new material called gum tech. Interestingly, gum is made from synthetic rubber. So when the gum is recycled, it's broken down and converted into a new kind of rubber that can be used to make recycled products. How does the recycling supply chain work? I'm glad you asked. A gum chewer will throw away a piece of their used chewing gum into one of Gumdrop Limited's bright pink receptacles that can be found on street posts or your own personal keychain. Once the receptacles are full enough, they're sealed up and sent back to Gumdrop's headquarters. There, they'll be converted into gum tech, receptacle and all. The Gumdrop receptacles are actually made from the recycled materials as well. This makes it a super easy and clean process to seal up the receptacle and start the conversion. Conceptually, it's like a new wave chicken or egg problem. The gum tech, or recycled gum, is formed into little droplets that are then used to create second life products, such as bright pink disposable coffee cups, pencils, or even sneakers. A pair of sneakers, for example, can be made from 1/2 pound of recycled chewing gum. I'd happily convert my old chewing gum into a pair of new shoes. These products are not only cool in style and sparking demand, but they're also a great alternative to perpetuating virgin plastic use. So just to recap, Gumdrop Limited is an example of a company that has identified a sustainability issue, created a business to solve the problem, and is actually making a profit. This example shows that there are viable business opportunities that can both do well and do good. I hope you've enjoyed this little deep dive into sustainable chewing gum and the business case for sustainability. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe below, and of course leave me a comment if there's any other topics you'd like to dive into. Until next time.